What's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy Rick Johnson, and we're back. Look, it took me a minute, but I got back here, all right? Because that's just what I do. I'm back, all right. And this time, maybe I'm for real. I don't know. But you see the title of the video. You know what we're here for. Street Fighter 6, it's been out for almost 5 months now, and it hasn't really received any major updates besides like the DLC characters coming out. It had Rashid and Aki, the last two that came out, and then maybe some quality of life updates like with the drive rush with the light cancel and with the Masters rank mode updates as well. Those are the latest things that have came out that haven't really, added on that much to the game, kind of patched some holes, but not a whole new fresh coat of paint, if you get what I'm saying. That ranked update and the last DLC characters were a great tool for bringing players back to, try out the game again for about a couple weeks or so. But it's really hard to keep, a casual player grounded and keep wanting to play in the game for a while. We need things to be added into the game every now and then. Not anything crazy, but updates to the game that add a new layer of polish over top of the game to make it feel fresh. And that can just be even things as small as costumes, or they put Street Fighter 4 or 5 in the arcades inside of Battle Hub. Just something crazy that would be like, what? We get people into the and back into the system and play the game more and want to try out some other new things that are coming out. I think Capcom has made a sort of statement on how much they're going to balance the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they said they would only do like one balance patch a year, if that's correct. Just one entire balance patch for the whole year of the game. And, that could work. So we might see like 7 to 10 balance patches in the entire game's lifespan. And that might seem like, okay, that's good. That's great. 7 to 10, that's a great amount. That's a good amount of balances, you would think so, but like in other competitive games, in other genres, if you watch my video, you know who I'm gonna bring up. Riot. Good old Riot. I might be a Riot fanboy. I don't know. I'm really stretching there, but I think they do things well. So when it comes to Riot, they have their 2 premier games, Valorant and League of Legends. Both of these games receive constant updates throughout the year. When it comes to the balance of the game, these games probably received 7 balance updates within 1 year of this life. And what does this do? It brings players back. It relights their interest in the game, and it gets them wanting to try new stuff. When it comes out to players that already play the game daily, it feels like a fresh coat of paint that makes it much better when you load up the game. Unless, your character got nerfed, but that's not really here nor there, right? We're not getting into specifics here, all right? We're just going over the general feel. And now you may say that, Brick, those games, those are games that get a lot of updates, and I may see what you're saying. They might get a lot more than something like Street Fighter does. But Street Fighter is a fighting game. It's not a MOBA or a FPS. They got to handle it in completely different ways. I'm like, okay, that's fair. You're right. How about when we talk about the Mortal Kombat situation then? That is a fighting game as well. And they just had that crazy Cyrax situation. You know what I was talking about. When I said that Mortal Kombat situation, you knew I was going to bring up Cyrax because he was going absolutely insane. His cameo at the time was probably the best cameo in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been playing as much MK1s as I wanted to. I'm not going to lie. But I've been trying to watch some videos, and I was watching one of the tournaments, and I just saw a bunch of Cyraxes. I was watching some videos on YouTube talking about MK, a bunch of Cyrax stuff. Like, I was like, dang, what's going on? He's really taking over the game. And then later comes down the line, they like botched them. Well, they didn't botch them. As far as I know, they changed his cameo so it couldn't be as abusable as it was in the first place. So, that's a great thing that they was able to do something like that and fix that immediately. Now, I'm not sure if Capcom has done any like emergency patches like this where they fix something immediately for something that was clearly overpowered in Street Fighter. I can't remember anything specifically. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I know MK can be a little different when it comes to getting updates in general, when it comes to the life and storyline that game has as a whole. I remember people talking about MKX getting too many updates, or was it MK9? Let me know if it was MKX or MK9. I know it was one of those two. They were getting too many updates. People just were like, really like, bro, just let the game sit for a little bit and let us, figure the game out a little bit. And that's what I'm starting to feel like. I'm not saying Street Fighter 6 is figured out at all, but we kind of have a general consensus of who are the better characters and who are the worst characters right now. Like, let's be honest, characters like JP and Ken are, some of the better characters, and characters like Zangief and in some people's eyes, Aki even and Rashid are some of the weaker characters. All right, I'm not even gonna let's just say Zangief and Jamie, because Jamie, he's suffering a little bit there. I don't think he's that good at all, to be honest with you. But he's cool. That's why it sucks that he's kind of bad. He's so cool. But then again, should Capcom come in and try and get everyone back kind of grouped up? But the weird thing is, characters that aren't top best are still winning tournaments. Like, I still believe this game is fairly balanced. So I think the game could, some characters could get some slight tunings, and that might move the meta around a lot. That could make some other characters get some slight tunings, and it could that's the game you play when it comes to balancing and stuff. But I just don't want it to be in a situation like I believe MK11 was in. It just didn't get enough balance updates for a while, and people were really sick of some characters in the game and some things that they wanted to just get fixed. So I feel like it's really a sweet spot on where you should update the game and how you should update the game, Now, I could be completely wrong about the MK update situation that I just said. Please let me know if I'm right, MK players. I am kind of new to the MK FGC, I just started playing with 1. I played a little bit of 11. I played like 1. I tried playing 11 for like a weekend, and then I just stopped playing the game. I think I stopped playing games in general around that time. So now I'm trying to play Mortal Kombat 1. I'm really trying to get into it. So let me know how that timeline was looking on the updates and stuff. But so what do I think my suggestion would be for Street Fighter and what Capcom should do? Well, honestly, I think, they could do maybe 3 to 4 updates a year, could do a big update January 1st, a big balance patch, like how they say they want to do 1 update a year. I'd probably assume it's probably going to be like pretty big and important one at that ones they do for every year the game is out. So they could do that big drop every new year, like that'd be sick. Bring players back into your game at the beginning of the year. Always remind them at the beginning of every year that this game exists with a big nice update, and then do smaller tune-up patches throughout the year, tweak some characters and stuff like that, tweak some characters a little bit here and there. Or if you still want to do as little updates as possible, I would say you could do big updates when the DLC characters come out, balanced patch as alongside a DLC character release. I mean, that could work very well. It could be something that could entice returning players and existing players, get them both just as excited. On top of getting returning and existing players excited, it's going to get players that are going to buy the DLC and players that aren't going to buy the DLC both equally excited, and it may end up making Capcom have more people buy the DLC because they come back to the game and get enticed by the DLC character while checking the balance update that happened to one of their characters that they play at the moment, and make them buy the DLC character to try out. Like, it just seems like such a good benefit to throw in a little more a little bit bigger of an update than just a character, because I feel like if you're not playing the game, you aren't going to be wanting to come back for a DLC character that you might have not been that interested in the first place. But if something like a DLC character and like a balance update happens, and like, I'm talking to people that like Street Fighter, not someone that played the game when it first came out for 10 hours. Let's be honest here. I'm talking about people that pick it up every other week, maybe once or twice a month. but it's something that will entice them to come back and play the game more on a daily, because like, oh, the game, it has a lot of balances, updates, it changes around a lot, and the modes are exciting and they make me want to get back on the next day and play. Having updates to look forward to when the game's about to come out is a really fun and exciting idea, I think, when it comes to keeping the player base around. Now, I'm not just saying like all these things because I want them to have a player base and stuff. Of course, the player bases are great for the game. I want the game to be alive and a fantastic game for the 10, 7, 5 years the game is the main Street Fighter game in the franchise. I'm just saying this because, the game just gets kind of stale sometimes. The games can get a little boring. I wouldn't say boring because every time I play that game, I'm having a blast. But I feel like the game could use a little spice right now. They can get a little bit of tune up. We're seeing the same heads pop up over and over again, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I just, believe that I feel like there's not a lot of stuff to do for people right now. At least correct me if I'm wrong. Besides like, just casual matches. And then you got like, the offline modes. I don't know how much they update World Tour because I don't play World Tour at all. I don't think it's a bunch of updates that are really that meaningful. To be honest, at least from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like something. But it seems like they have had updates for, little things when it comes to the avatar, like little avatar costumes. Like, where are the character costumes? I honestly don't care about avatar costumes at all. Like, I really don't. I want costumes for the characters I play in ranked and casual game modes. Like, well, I know you can play avatar in a casual game mode, but like majority of the game modes on costumes for those characters. Like, I feel like they're really dropping the ball on that, and I know a lot of people agree there, but come on. All right, so one of the few things that there is left to do is grind ranked. And, a lot of people don't really enjoy grinding ranked, but, I am one of those people that enjoy grinding ranked just a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Like, the only time I play the game is I come back on, go into practice mode, remember how to play a little bit, hop right into ranked with whatever character I want to play that day. That's how I play the game every couple of weeks, maybe every week. But if I feel like learning a new character, then I play casual for a little bit. And then the next time I get on, I do ranked with that character. But this brings me into my next topic, and is that I think ranked mode itself needs a whole overhaul. Not a big one, but some slight changes that can make it feel a lot more rewarding. Now, I know people, especially in higher levels, say it's really easy to rank up because as long as you have around like a 50% win rate, you're going to keep ranking up for majority of the ranks all the way up to diamond, I believe. If you have like a little bit above 50%, you might be able to get all the way up to diamond easily. If you just play the game, you just grind the game, you're just going to get to that point, And I just really believe that, the game shouldn't really just work like that. I mean, I guess that's the point of grinding, but I don't feel like you're getting better that way, if you get what I'm saying. I guess the players are supposed to get better, but it's not really accounting for how the match plays out. It's just accounting for if you win or lose and if you're on a win streak, Now, I believe this could get figured out with just a simple fix. And I think that's just going to be a higher fluctuation in how many points you can get per game. And the game should have like a system in place that reads how the matches went and give you more of a bonus based on your performance besides the win streak. I think there might be a little bit of one right now, but I think it should be a little bit more drastic than it is at the moment, unless, I just do a consistent basis. So I see the same amount of points every time, but I don't think it's as like, meaningful. So like when you win in like lower plat, high gold, I think that's where I used to be at around, is that you get around 60 points. So let's say if I win a game with 60 points and I 2-0 sweep them in that around that level. So normally right now I get 60 points, but because I 2-0 sweep them, I get 70 or 75 points because it was an easy win for me. Like, okay, this player, this caliber is too easy for him. And then let's say if I got a perfect in one of those, I get 80 points, and then vice versa. I'm not going to reward you so heavily. You're going to get, detriment just as worse, just as bad, I guess not worse, just as bad if you lose. So like, you might lose. 80 points seems kind of crazy, doesn't it? Okay, 40 points or 50 points when you get perfected on and lose the first round by high up. Like, then, okay, maybe you shouldn't be this far because they shouldn't be beating you this bad if they beat you. Just things like that I think will really add and make it to where people get to the spots that they really deserve to be in when it comes to rank. Now, that's just what I believe Street Fighter could use. I'm not no developer or game designer, so I could be completely wrong. I'm just thinking about some systems that can spice the game up and make it a little bit more enjoyable for all players at every level. Just let me know what you guys think down below. Does Street Fighter really need an update, or are we all just sad the honeymoon phase is over and overreacting a little bit? Let me know what you think down below. Your boy is gonna be coming around and hopefully doing a lot more content on. I'm going to be hopefully streaming over on Twitch at Brick Johnson TV soon, and I'm going to be doing like a little challenge for myself. I've wanted to learn how to use the hitbox for so long, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it, so I'm gonna learn how to play Guile on my keyboard. And my keyboard's kind of sick. It's this really dope Dragon Ball Z high. Oh, I can't show you. Really dope Dragon Ball Z high ground keyboard. I would try and show you right now, but it's gonna be really difficult to do that. It's sick though. It's sick. I'll put some pictures up right now. It's super dope. And I'm probably trying to set up a hand cam of me playing that over on Twitch. And I'm gonna be learning how to use Guile with that. And if I like how the keyboard feels, I'm gonna try and get it. I'm gonna buy a hitbox and then go all the way in and do a little series on how hard it is to learn how to use the hitbox, because I'm really curious, and I'm sure a lot of people are too. And that's something they should pull the trigger on. But yeah, stick around. Your boy's back. I should be doing some anime game content soon as well. If you guys like games like Naruto and Dragon Ball and stuff like that, I'm big on that. So I should be doing something about that. Just gotta start writing the script. I'm just kind of rambling, so if you're still here, leave a like, subscribe. I love you. Thanks for watching the video, and yeah, see you later. Adios, amigo. Bye bye.